Hey guys, welcome back to the doremicom channel. I got home from work and there's this huge box waiting on my doorstep. I'm kind of pumped up about it. I really want to go over it. I was going to use close-up cam like we kind of do when we did the unboxing, but it's not going to work, and I'll explain that in a minute. But let me give you a little bit of backstory about it. I was over at the Cool Mini or Not Expo working with Tim Korkleski on doing some demos for Dark Age, and really liked it. But I'm not so much a hobbyist. I have enough of my miniatures commissioned out to get painted, and when I do paint, it takes forever. So I do not want miniatures to get damaged whatsoever. And so as Tim and I were talking about it, we were kind of going through all the different factions that exist for Dark Age. I kind of said, you know what, before I start collecting more miniatures, what I really need to do is get a really big bag. I need something that will allow me to carry around, you know, 2 Infinity armies and 2 Dark Age armies and 2 Bushido armies, and you know, they're skirmish level games, so I can't imagine, you know, that kind of thing has to happen. But the other concern that I had was that for a lot of my Infinity armies, there's these, you know, really thin swords and whatnot, and I was finding that as I was laying the miniature down, it was too easy for the miniature to roll side to side and kind of get into a position where just gravity was taking up on the model and bending the swords back and forth to the point one of them I'm concerned might not survive another year. But anyways, I digress. At Gen Con, Tim Korkleski brings this massive bag, and I'm like, where the hell did you get that bag? I'd never seen it before. It incredibly tall, and the only thing that was going through my mind was, this is the kind of bag where I can start dropping in miniatures and, you know, have the various trays on different levels. Keeping the model upright should help with those little bits that are so easy to bend and break. So I was talking to him about it. I was like, where'd you get that? And he's just like, you know, he kind of was just kind of coy about it. And then I'm at an Infinity tournament, taking names, might I add, and he sends me this very bizarre text message, just red, blue, black, or green. And before I'm able to respond to it, he goes, you snooze, you lose, black or green. So I picked green, and if green is not your color, there is evidently black, red, and blue available out there. So let me do, I gotta review this bag. So basically, Tim sent me the exact same bag that he had at Gen Con, and it's freaking awesome. I'm actually hoping I get to keep it. There was kind of a note that said, this is for review. And we'll kind of go into what I'm hoping he means by that, and it has to do with the tray layout. But if this is for me, Tim, thank you so much. And I better start getting ready to start, you know, my Dark Age army any day now at this point. But let's take a minute to take a look at this bag. And I'm going to have to move to a very wide angle in order for you guys to see this bag. So this is the bag I'm talking about. 18 inches high, 13 inches wide, 7.5 inches deep. Okay, depending on how you look at the bag, because it opens up this way, I'm going to assume that this is the front and this is the back. So let's start with the back. Huge pocket. I have 2 graphic novels in here, and there is room for 2 more. Without any real effort. Star Blazers, for those of you who know the show. And we could easily fit in 2 more graphic novels. So again, that whole hope of being able to take one bag and bring Dark Age, Infinity, and Bushido, here you go. We're all set. On this side, facing you guys, we got the pocket that is going to be holding on to tape measures, dice, and cards, for instance, for both Bushido and Dark Age. In the front, there's a zipper pocket. So in here, it's a really... The pocket is deceiving because it's actually fairly huge, but you could easily fit every single set of templates that you could use for your game. You know, case in point here, this is effectively, you know, an extra couple of smoke templates and everything for Infinity, and that it doesn't even make a dent into how big this pocket is. On the other side pocket, again, drink cozy, really nice that it actually has this fabric that folds down, so you're not going to have kind of a warped pocket at any point in time. Cinch up the side and your drink's safe and secure. On the top, there is a space for you to drop in a business card or name, a luggage tag in order to kind of identify, hey, this is my bag. And the shoulder strap, incredibly durable, padded. Okay, one more quick note about the dimensions of this bag. Most of the bags that I have are probably 12 or 13 inches tall. And so for the shelf that I have back there in my gaming closet, my footprint of where I can put a bag down is limited. The height difference between a 12, 13 inch bag and a 18 inch bag, there makes no difference back there, right? So I'd much rather occupy the entire vertical space and, again, keep my miniatures dropped down into horizontal trays where my little fiddly bits are not going to break off the miniature. So, like I said, the note read that it was for review, and I believe the bag itself you can purchase on Miniature Market for $39.99, and each one of the foam trays, represents every single foam tray that they carry: 4 inch, 3 inch, 2.5, 2, 1.5, and an inch tall. Every single one of them comes with a very nice, secure base, and no matter which height you get, it's $9.99. So if you're interested in, really large, tall miniatures, you could probably just get the 4-inch one and just duplicate it without much effort. For me personally, again, like I said, I think I would prefer to probably pull these two out and then duplicate these two a second time, and that will probably actually fill up the bag. So at that point, just zipping up the bag, and I'm good to go. So, Tim, thanks, appreciate it. Gotta go.